Konnichiwa, watashi no namae wa Masa ni Sole. Which in Japanese pretty much translates to I'm unemployed and I play too much Minecraft in my breezy boxer shorts. Pretty much this whole video is just gonna be me yapping about sleep paralysis. If you're not into hearing my shitty stories, then this is your cue to the skidoo. I've been really wanting to talk about this, but I've been kind of waiting till Halloween, because then I can kind of consider it a true scary story, which is my odd escapades with sleep paralysis. Now, to my knowledge, I have no condition or no disorder that makes it where I have sleep paralysis. Pretty much it's so rare for me to get a sleep paralysis episode. It's kind of like trying to find diamonds in like 1.17 Minecraft when there was like that bug where it made like diamonds so much rarer than it needed to be. I think the biggest reason why I get these sorts of episodes is mainly because of my irregular sleep schedules, and also I like to drink 2 liters of Dr. Pepper with a Mento after I sleep. Ever since that one time I woke up and I felt like someone just shot me with a super soaker, I kind of just stopped doing that. Plus, it just made me feel wet and sticky, and it made me just feel like a slut. But all jokes aside, my point is I just don't take care of my body correctly. But anyway, there was one time when I went to sleep, and pretty much how my room is set up is it's kind of like 2 huge closets merged together, and right in the middle there's like a door frame, right? And pretty much I was sleeping on my side facing the wall, so I couldn't see the doorway. One of the things I remember like very vividly from that was like having a like stupid awareness that someone was at the doorway. Like, I'm not joking with you guys, it kind of felt like I equipped the Sixth Sense perk from Black Ops 3. And that mother flipper was fucking dinging like enemy spotted that someone was at the doorway. That was about the time I realized I couldn't really move my fingies anymore. And that was about the time I realized I couldn't move anything, and all I could really do was just sit there with my eyes closed while there was someone at the door frame. And before I had any time to poop a brick for defense, I said, wait a minute, this doesn't make no fucking sense. Sometimes I have this tendency to know when I'm dreaming. It's called lucid dreaming, and it's basically when you realize you're dreaming. There was one time that I had a dream that I was at work, and there was one part of the factory that didn't make no sense, and I realized it, and then once I realized it, I figured out that I was in a dream. And basically I did what a just that does. I flipped everybody off and cussed them out, and I walked out of the fucking workplace. I'm not joking with you, that moment felt better than sex. Like, seriously, I'm not kidding when I say this, it felt like I edged for like 10,000 years. And you know those cars that we used to have in our childhood where like you pull it back and it winds up like the motor or whatever in it, and you let go of it and it's like 0 to 60 in like a couple of seconds? I felt like the car, and once I let go of it, it was like it was the best feeling I've ever had in a dream. What I did next is I went out to the parking lot, and I swear it felt like Grand Theft Auto with a mod menu. I got in the car, and I swear it felt like I spawned in a naked lady. And like, you know, that's just what a just that does. So I'm just sitting there just thinking what kind of loadout she should have, and I'm like, maybe we should go with like a M4 with a holographic sight. Or, you know what, maybe instead of doing the M4, maybe doing the shotguns but with the Kimbos. And I start backing up, and then my brain tried to trick me again, by the way. All I remember is just waking up in the backseat of a car where my parents were in the front seat, and my dad said, "Are you ready to go on vacation?" And I said, "Wait a minute, I don't remember going on vacation." And I'm like, when I say this, I'm not joking. This is what actually happened. I just instantly woke up from my bed. And I sit there and thought about it for a minute, and I was just like, did I just piss my own brain off? It kind of felt like my brain kind of flipped the checkerboard and said, you know what, fuck you, you get to go back to reality, bitch. Anyway, back to the sleep paralysis story. Now, the only way to get in and out of my room is through my door, and my door has a lock on it. And it's mainly because I like my privacy, number one, and number two is, I got a lot of expensive stuff that I like to keep protected. Anyway, I said, if someone was to come into my room right now, they would have to go through the door. And if they hit the door hard enough, it would have woken me up. I didn't hear the door break. So either this guy figured out the /TP command to the server, or I'm just completely in sleep paralysis. And once I realized that, I pretty much made my own decision, and I swear to God, it was like big balls energy. Like, you should have been there. That thing was like hanging all the way down to my knees. It looked like the damn mistletoe. Basically, I just did panic and I went back to sleep. I'm not joking with you. I just went back to sleep. I was just like, look, if you want to be here, I guess it's fine. You know, just don't eat all my goddamn Funyuns. And I went back to sleep, and basically that was it. It was probably the most calmest sleep paralysis I've ever had. Now, you're probably going to type in the comments and say, well, that wasn't really scary. Well, then shut your face. Here comes the next one. The next time I had sleep paralysis, it was a little bit more different than the other one. I wake up, still can't move my fingies or my legs. My eyes are still closed. But instead of someone being like at the door frame, it felt like something was just on top of me. It kind of felt like it was coming outside my window, but also on top of me, which really didn't make any sense in retrospect. But I swear, up and down, it sounded like someone imitating a crow. Like, it seemed like a person trying his best to do a crow imitation. I remember when it happened, I was like, what the hell is going on, man? But just like the last one, I tried my best to sleep right through it. The crazy thing about it is I don't even know what it looked like. All I know is it was like someone like pretending to be a crow. And when I was talking to my friend Jordan about it, I didn't mention this part. I didn't mention it to him, mainly because I just thought it was just a big coincidence. But I'm gonna mention it in the video. Right when I woke up, that was the same day that my grandpa had a collapsed lung. My grandpa has like a pacemaker in his chest, and he had to get it redone. And I guess when they went in to fix it, one of them fucked up, and they fucked with his lung, and that caused that to happen. Kind of made me a bit mad that hospital people are that clumsy, but you know, it is what it is. They fixed it, and before you know it, my grandpa was doing better than before. But I didn't really think nothing too much of it, mainly because I just thought it was a coincidence. I didn't really put any like superstitious thing on it. It just, wow, what a crazy coinky dink, huh? But if you really put it in that kind of situation, it is kind of freaky. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I actually kind of thought about like doing a canvas drawing of that and like calling it like the Invisible Crow. It was honestly the most wild sleep paralysis I've ever had. And the crazy part about it is it actually happened. Like, I'm not really joking about that. Like, if you handed me the Minecraft developer rulebook and you told me to swear to Jeb that you will say nothing but the truth and only but the truth, I would say, yeah, 100%. It was the most wild thing that has ever happened to me. But tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, skilly bobbity boop. I'm out.